Hello guys and welcome to Final Millwork Drawings. Today we will be converting these architectural drawings to files that cabinet makers can use to make the kitchens. So these clients provided those drawings. So the first thing that I will be doing is importing the image to my SketchUp, and then I will be scaling the plans to the scale so that I can use them as a reference. So that's what I'm doing here. So after upscaling the architectural floor plans, I will now draw the walls using the image as the reference. After upscaling the plans and also making the walls, now I'm using the architectural drawings elevation views to make the cabinets. I'm updating my defaults on carburetor to make sure that all the cabinets are as shown on the drawings, leaving the small spaces on the sides for styles. Right here, what I'm doing is I'm trying to find the right measurements as shown on the architectural drawing so that the shelves are on the right positions. You have to measure some few times to get those measurements correctly on the carburetor. So that's what I'm doing here. After getting those measurements correctly, I can then now use the create door tool to make the doors and also the drawer boxes. After finishing that cabinet, I'm also making the same cabinet on the other side, the same base wall tall cabinet. So these cabinets only have adjustable shelves and 2 doors. On this side, these 2 cabinets have a upper shelves and also some pull-out drawers on the bottom. So that's what I'm doing here. So after making those drawer pull-outs, I'm now using carburetor here again to make the boxes. After finishing those cabinets, now it's time to make the island. So again here I'm using the reference plans as the reference for the dimensions. So after finishing making the model, now it is time to do some final retouches on small details. For example, you can see those upper drawer fronts have very small pockets. Again, here these cabinets are using a one slab shaker door, so these ones will be cut using CNC. I will later on at the end of the video show you how to program the CNC. So here I'm trying to make those small adjustments so that those drawer fronts don't look stupid. So I do so by reducing the size of false rails. I just fast forward again on this process as I do all of those updates on the other cabinets that require the same modification. So after finishing those modifications and also making the drawer box parts, now I'm editing the ladder plans or the ladder frame where the cabinets will be placed. So I've made the bags to be a little bit smaller by half an inch so that it is easier to level the ladder before placing the cabinets. Again, if the ribs here are less than 8 feet, I'm just extending them to be one piece instead of several pieces. This makes it easier to make the ladder or the base frames. Then I'm making the countertops here to be able to make the Excel files for those. Again, those ones can be cut on CNC or bought as a prefabricated countertops from a countertop manufacturer. So at this point now I'm just preparing the cabinets for documentation and also for making the manufacturing files. Before I do this process, if this was a live project going on, now I will make a smaller simple drawings just explaining what I've done on the design, and also we can do some small Zoom meetings to make sure that everything is the way the client wants. If not, I will just go back again and modify the cabinets. If everything is okay, I will just proceed with this process of making the scenes and the cut list files so that I can make the drawings. This is a point where a lot of experience is needed, because otherwise you can make very complicated drawings or also make very undocumented or drawings that cannot be used in manufacturing because they don't have all the details. So I usually take my time here to make sure that I have scenes or I have views, elevation views that shows every detail that should be needed on the drawings. So after finishing that detail there, I will now just go on and make the carburetor manufacturing files, or the cabinet manufacturing files, which are the DXA files, the cut list, and the cutting diagrams, and also the CNC nesting files that can be used as the reference. I like to put those ones on manufacturing files folder, which I will later on zip and send them to the cabinet maker. So that's what I'm doing here. So after making those files, I'm now sending the model to layout, and then making the elevations, views, and all the details that are necessary. So I'll just fast forward this process, as it usually takes more time, so that you are not bored. So after making those drawings, now I'm making the production schedule for the boxes. This one just gives an overview summary of the different boxes and their sizes, the overall sizes. Also modify those base boxes that have those tall bases that have shelves and doors, because the auto-generated files are not always correct, so you have to modify those a little bit. So that's what I'm doing there. Then after finishing that, you can insert that document at the back of your drawings to make it easier to reference. CNC making files. So here I like to look at the sheet with the most details. For example, this is sheet number 5 on this project. So I'm going to import that sheet, the DXL files from that sheet to my vector Aspire. And then I'm gonna start by programming the pockets, and then the holes, and then the door pockets finishing, and then the profile cutting. So on this process I'll be using 3 bits, one for making the big panel doors, and then this 3/8 bit is one that I will be using for finishing and also profile cutting the parts. So I usually like to check the manufacturer details. Again, these tools can be the one that client has, so I can just check the references or ask the client which settings they use for their machine. For example, the speeds, feeds, and plunge rate, so I don't break their machine. Again, the reason I'm doing this is because this, for example, in this project we have over 18 sheets, so you want to make sure that you have an accurate template that you can use to replicate those settings on other sheets, because once you start programming each sheet individually, it usually takes a lot of time. So it is better to make a template that you can use for the rest of the sheets. Currently there's no way you can import the DXL files from my folder to Aspire without breaking the layout. Once you start renesting the files to get most optimal way, so that can be acceptable, but again that will make the sheets diagrams that I have made earlier for the way the nesting files are on the CNC will be useless. So I usually prefer to just make one template and then use it for the rest of the files. So once I have finished programming that first template, I'm going to save that one as a template and then now repeat the process for the rest of the sheets. Again guys, thank you for watching this video. If you are a shop that wants someone to help you out, I'm here, so you can let me know on my email. Otherwise, thank you for watching. please consider liking the video. Maybe you can subscribe another time, or if you're happy to subscribe now, you can hit that subscribe button right now.